What the?
Oh,
What? What did you? Why? How?
yeah. When I see that shit, I'm like, Latin America. What are you doing on this side of music, bro? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Arias in the Nation, and I have a very special guest on the channel with me, Old School Nerd. Listen. Welcome to the channel, my friend.
What's up, dude? How you doing?
Man. Good. It's always good to have, like this interaction between channels, and I feel like it peels back a layer of like we're not all on our own individual islands. We're all out here, connected.
We don't do enough.
No, we don't.
People don't realize that. I mean, we could literally, you and I could talk about what it is to be a reactor.
Yeah.
In this reactor hating environment that we're in. And we have good experiences and bad experiences and amazing people and people that never return your messages.
Yeah. yeah. And what else? That's a miniature soapbox.
No soapbox. Now I have to be responsible because I have a plaque on my wall.
Oh man, yeah. Hey, congrats on that. By the way, everyone. He just 100K. Actually surpassed it. Surpassed 100. You're at 101K. Man, congrats, dude.
It's weird. Okay, I can't explain it because I've had so many reactors and channels that are startups, and for some reason they're looking at me like I know what I'm doing, which to this day, the real conversation is it's just me. I'm not, there's no hype here. We'll talk about that, but there's no reason for that plaque to be here at all. Like this has literally grown on its own. I may have gotten better at this. I'm not sure, but I ain't paid nobody, so I don't know how it's even happening.
That's awesome.
It really is weird, man.
That's awesome, man.
Well, if you saw the video where I unwrapped the box, I said all this means that there's 100,000 people in desperate need of therapy. And I mean it. I mean, really. Like, if I saw me, I'd be like, bitch, click.
Yeah, dude, it's wild how it takes a life of its own. It just it snowballs, but at the end of the day, man, it's you. You have one of the best personalities out there, and that's one of those things that just drives people to watch. And your whole channel is a very comfortable place to be, And
I'm too old to be hyped. Like, no, you're about 20 years younger than me. I can tell you've got that energy. Oh. I have grown kids that have adult problems, and they're still bringing them to me. So I don't have that kind of energy to be bringing to camera play. It's just, it's
like the ramblings of a broken man.
Oh, I'm on my fourth midlife crisis, bro.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Collecting the whole set. Collect the whole set. It's part of the background. I love that.
They sent me a toaster oven and it didn't work.
Oh man. Well, dude, hey, listen, it's pretty cool. To be honest, my first introduction to your channel was.
Wait, can I guess?
Yeah. What?
It's one of three things. It's either Sabaton Bismarck, Electric Callboy, or no, there's four options. There's those two, anything from El Estapadio Siberiano, or the one that 80% of the people that send me emails to this day are Five Finger Death Punch, Wrong Side of Heaven.
No.
Really?
Tommy Johansson.
Oh, well then, yeah. Okay.
Oh, well then, yeah.
Well, no, okay. That's different though, because Team Tommy's a different animal.
Yes.
I link it. Okay, oh my God, this is being recorded. Shit. Team Tommy is the positive side of certain fan bases of certain bands that if you're a reactor and you don't prostrate yourself at the altar of that band, they burn you alive in the comments for months.
They don't do that, do they?
You've received your warning. I don't mean to bring like a whole evanescence about it, but if you're not careful, they'll lock you in a spirit box. Until someone wishes on the night to get you out.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that, man. I was talking about this the other day. I did a controversial video of like a top 5. A top 5.
Ooh,
Which
only
you don't,
5?
yeah, a top 5. But I put this caveat around. I was like, influential bands to the channel that have led to other bands. And
That's a
you
good one.
would have thought I punched everyone's firstborn in the throat.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I get it, but you
that
have
sounds
to.
that sounds dangerous.
Oh yeah, it totally was. I mean, it worked to get the conversations. Like, not sorry, conversations go two ways. This was not a conversation, but a telling off of in the comments section. And I was just,
Well,
oh,
what
okay,
about
we're
this
out here.
band? I can't
Yeah,
believe you didn't
how?
think of this one. How
Yeah,
stupid are you? You should just
yeah.
get off the internet, you rube.
Like, you have no idea about music, do you? It's like, what are we
No.
talking about? Like, it's cool. You came here to spew the hate. Good. I'm sorry that you're miserable, but listen to the question,
My
man.
favorite thing in the world is the paid Dimash bots. Those are so much fun.
Oh my God.
See, if you're a reactor, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Most people don't know. There's an amazing singer, legit amazing
Yep.
singer, but he's super popular in Kazakhstan, Europe, and apparently other places. But if you hit a certain blip in the algorithm, you wind up on these bots' feeds, and these bots will pour into your comments going, you must react to Dimash. He's the greatest singer of our lifetime. He brings a stirring into my. I mean, you could literally go on, drop a link. You could be in Twitch, live streaming, and they will just spam it. And I'm like, okay, I've done a reaction to him. He's amazing. You're not helping his cause right now.
Yeah, I need some space. I need some
You
space.
and Jehovah's Witness knocking at my door. That's pretty much what you're doing right now.
They need to team up. They just need to team up sometimes. They need to team up. Excuse me, sir. Have you heard of our Lord and Savior Dimash?
Would you like to hear about our Lord and Savior Dimash? He's from Kazakhstan and he's amazing.
Oh God, they got to you. No, it's just to me it's such an interesting world on this side of things, right? Here's a question. I don't think I've asked. Do you YouTube the same way now than you use like you used to? Did you ever YouTube before? Like, not being a YouTuber, but just go in and watch.
Yeah. Actually, I started off as a Twitch streamer playing video games. Did
Okay.
that for a grind. And back in 2020, when we were all locked in our closets and we didn't have anything else better to do, and they had the boom of reactors.
Yeah.
I was watching a stream with Noah J456. He was playing PUBG. He's hilarious. Can't help it. And then the suggested next video was Alex Hefner reacting to Kill Switch Engage. Now, Alex is a unique cat, super popular. He's even branched off into movies and TV, and he's got a great delivery. He's a great guy. He's actually, even off camera, wonderful guy to talk to. But when I saw that, everything he was saying, I was like, that's what I tell myself while I'm watching a video. And my story is a little different than most people. Normally, you have 3 types of channels. You have the hype channel.
Mm-hmm.
We know about those.
Yes.
You have the authoritative description critique channel. And then you have everybody that has no idea what the hell they're doing. The hype channels can be different to where there's a bombastic social media superstar with a white hat and a North Face hoodie, and he's got all this lighting behind him. He's backlit. He's from Maryland, and he just douchebags his way through shit. Or you have the ones that they're checking out metal because they love country, or they're checking out metal because they're a hip hop guy, or you have those.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the critique and knowledgeable people. Your take the text, charismatic voices, all those people that know what they're talking about. And then you have me. And the way it works, though, is I found my particular formula for, I guess, success in a way was I am really old.
What? No. You're like,
dude,
100 years young.
Thank you, but it's a lie. So The word old school nerd is not a catchy phrase. It is literally me on a plate. That's what I am. Grew up in the 80s, born in the 70s. My knowledge of metal stops when grunge came out.
Gotcha.
And then at that point, I did the whole Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix, The Doors, The Journey, Black Sabbath. You did the journey of the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
Then it got turned into funk music, folk, jazz, and I got lost. And so I missed all of nu metal, missed the back half of grunge, missed all the emo days, missed My Chemical Romance, System of a Down, which I kicked my own ass about that.
Oh,
I missed all of Linkin Park. I mean, you'd hear it here and there, but I was so immersed into folk music and funk and trying to do that jazzy stuff. I was really hoity-toity that I got away from metal, because at that point, even though nu metal was king and you had that emo phase, it was so label driven. It was the last gasp where a label dictated to you what is good.
Yeah.
You can't go look because there was no internet. And then whenever I came back and I saw Alex Hefner reacting to this band I had never heard of. Now, granted, Killswitch Engage has been around for a while, but I'm watching this and I'm going, maybe there's more going on here. And so my channel is literally a person who has got out of the game. And I come back during a unique point in time where not only is metal no longer on the radio in most places, so record labels, metal labels specifically, say, let's go for YouTube. Let's go for streaming services. Let's not worry about radio. We can't make you listen to shit. Let's see. And then they take the reins off the artist and say, go fucking rush with this.
Yeah.
And then the bands do it. And then so now when you open up YouTube and you select metal, you can't do that, because now there's 47 subgenres and probably 48 by the time this sentence is over. And there's a little bit of everything for everyone.
Yes.
And it's such a wonderful time. And then this is the thing I learned. Remember when, well, I don't know about you because you're very young. So back when I was a young person, you went on the radio and you listened to a DJ tell you what the hot new thing coming out and the new album and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, if you're in metal or in rock and there is no more rock and metal radio, and MTV hasn't played music since 2003.
Yeah, you're right.
You're looking for someone to help you find stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. That is the reactor. If you think about it, a reactor is, not all of them, because it can get a little crazy just like everything else, but a lot of reactors are the new DJ. They're going to go find that stuff and they're going to bring it to you. And they're going to let you know, hey, there's more coming out. Oh, and check out this band. Oh, and this band too. And it can be used like that. The modern DJ. And a lot of metal reactors are now being seen by metal labels. Not all of them, but a lot of the mid-level metal labels as the new DJ. And they will reach out to them and say, let's work together. And
here's this.
It does work. It really works. And then I have one other secret, but I'll only tell your audience if you ask me to tell them.
Well, at this point, you have to. Please tell our people on this side of things, what is the secret?
Okay. Have you ever edited a video?
Unfortunately, yes.
I haven't.
Oh, God, you're lucky.
I literally have the lowest production cost of any YouTube channel.
Yes.
It is me with my shitty iBuyPower PC, my $14 ring light, my $30 Amazon Parable cheap USB mic, a Logitech Brio.
Hell yeah.
OBS. And what I did is I pressed record instead of stream. My gift as a streamer, being able to just do things at random times, doing it on the fly as a streamer, I said, you know what? I cannot stand when a reactor, I can tell they know the song. I can tell that they knew too much about what was going on. They had all the backstory. They did their research, and that's great. That's a review. It's not a reaction.
100% everyone listening.
So I
100%.
I actually have on my merch site, oldschoolnerd.com. I throw that in there. I
No,
have
of
a
course.
whole line of shirts that say 100% real.
Yep.
And on the back of the shirt, it says real reactions, real mistakes. And it's scratched out. It's written mistakes because at the beginning of my channel, I did not know how to say Floor Jensen or Jensen. I didn't know how to say Tommy Johansson or Johansson. I didn't know
Yeah.
anything. And don't even get me to start trying to say shit in German.
Dude.
So I would get a lot of hate, but then people started to realize, okay, he doesn't know how to say the names of the band's artists, and he doesn't really know what the hell the entire album is about that goes with this video because he really doesn't know. It's an actual reaction. And I couldn't give all the little perfect edited, perfect produced videos that clicked all the algorithm boxes. So I didn't care so much about clicking algorithm boxes, which is the reason why I still do all my thumbnails by myself and they're horrible because they're repetitious as bad as shit.
Oh man, man, because they're consistent.
Yeah, but my check mark boxes instead of algorithm were people. I want to try to find the people that are going to get what I do. So if I'm only myself and I can't fake something, I don't have to worry about people saying, hey, I love your reaction. Do some more shit you're not comfortable with because I like that. No, you won't. Those people won't be there. So when people ask me, what is the key to being a successful streamer or content creator? You cannot fake this.
No.
You can't. You can always tell the ones that do because the ones that do will have a meteoric rise and they will burn out so fast because it's not them. You can only spin so many plates, and the bigger the channel gets, the more plates there are.
1,000,000,000% agree with you, man.
So that's me in a nutshell.
Hey,
Or
man.
actually in my media room.
In your media room, I was like, that's a very nice nutshell, dude.
I swear to God, if you came to my house, you'd laugh your ass off. It stops right there at that mask and at that painting. And after that, it's a dining room.
Hey, that's awesome. Listen, I had to carve out a space for myself. I'm like,
yep,
here's a cheap ass wall. Let's just put it up. And everyone's like, oh, there's a lot of, that looks like a lot of space. No, I can touch every corner of my little space.
I want to make a video. I'd have to find people that would trust me to do it. I want to make a video where reactors, YouTube content creators, I'd love to invite you to do this. You send me a little video and it's, this is me online. And then you flip it around and be like, and take a picture of, this is me not online. And it's like, everyone's like, it's just his fucking house. Yeah, we're not, look, all that YouTube bullshit with Courage and all those guys that were living in some content creator mansion. Bullshit.
No, not at all.
I can't, the money I make on YouTube, I can't even pay my light bill. So don't.
Yeah. I'm like, I can't even fill it up, my gas tank up. Like, let's just calm down here, you know? And that's just, I'm just like, look, that's why it's you got to enjoy it. You got to love it. You have to, or else it's not worth it. If it's not for me, discovering the new music, like new music was a gift because after let's say Disturbed was where I went. I fell down to the Disturbed rabbit hole, stayed there. That was my comfort zone. And then after that, I just stayed with like Sublime, reggae, country. That was my wheelhouse. I stayed there. And I let everything go. I didn't do anything else. Nothing else existed. I needed that chill vibe very, very, very desperately in the like the DC area of, you know, I was like, I will kill people if I have some high energy music. And then when I kind of did this, I was like, I'm spending time and I'm going to make myself absorb something new and dedicate the time to actually listen to it rather than write it off. Right. And yeah, it just opened the floodgates and I'm like, oh, I'm here for all of this. This is so unique.
My musical tastes have changed so much. If I go back and not just Pisces, but if I go to like my second video, Who's Gonna Be the One Live by Ginger, to listen to the heaviness of that, I remember listening to that and being like, oh, this is too much. This is almost too much. And now I look back on it and I'm like, that's a Tuesday.
Yeah, right.
And then I find myself loving crazy stuff. And then so my musical tastes have completely changed. Like there are friends of mine, literally friends of mine, that still listen to stuff from 2002, 2003, the 1990s. They're still listening to, 3 Days Grace. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
But like they have not listened to any new music at all. And when I listen to their music, I get bored because I don't feel inspired by it. I don't feel anything that is piquing my curiosity to find out more because I've memorized that stuff. And there are songs now that I've heard so many times. I'm like, yeah, but I've heard that 45,000 times.
Yeah.
But certain ones I can still get into. But yeah, my musical tastes have expanded, as well as my kids and my family and the people that I'm around. They kind of catch on to it. It's kind of weird.
It's interesting how much it spills over, because then you're caught listening to that on your downtime. You're like, okay, let me just absorb a little more about this. Like there's times where I do a reaction. I'm like, okay, what's going on? I'm going to have to listen to it another 10 times.
Right.
And I do that. But when I'm being a dad upstairs, and so, at this point I have my 5-year-old son singing hypa hypa, you're pretty and I like you around the house. I'm like, no, man, it's awesome.
Oh, you look at Tank the Tech and his little daughter Ingrid, and she's just dancing. All you see is just her doing this from you can see her from the back, just her back of her head, and she's just, we got the moves, and I'm like, and you see Nico with the penis glass, and I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, it's like,
go for it, babe.
Yeah,
I mean, it's amazing. One thing that people don't know is I'm a musician. So I play drums. I played drums for years through college. Got in a couple bands. Then I grew up, had kids, had stopped. But I kept playing djembe, cajon, and hand percussion.
Okay.
And the thing that pisses me off the most is that everything I used to listen to back in the 90s and 2000s, I could easily just pick up the cajon and play it.
Yeah, I feel you.
I've had people go, can you play this? And I'm like, no, absolutely not. No, it's not even, it doesn't even, like, one thing you can always count on the 80s, 90s, and 2000s was things was repetitious. Once you learned it, you were good.
Good to go.
Try breaking down anything that comes out of Germany. Best of fuck
luck. Good fucking luck. Good fucking luck. Like
when the Bloodywood comes out, and I'm like, oh well, shit. Now I gotta learn a new drum.
What the shit is that? Like, what is that? It's like, but it's so crazy because every time, like, I listen to something new, I get so, like, I don't know. It's just something about me. I get almost anxious. I'm like, this is a whole new journey now. Like every video, every recommendation has led to an absolute insane rabbit hole. And it's like you look back and like, where did we start with this?
Yeah.
I
agreed.
I started the channel. I wanted to do classic rock, not a reaction to classic rock, but I wanted to see these bands live. I've never seen these bands that I grew up listening to live. And I was like, let's do that. Let's start there.
You really got to hurry because ZZ Top and Leonard Skinner played here where I live a couple nights back. And a friend of mine goes, I think there was one member remaining from each band. And if you're Leonard Skinner, that's 8. And ZZ Top was 3, but only one member of the bands are even alive. And you're like,
man,
I better hurry the hell up. That's kind of why I went to see Metallica this last year. Because one, I wanted to see the ridiculousness of this thing that they've created for this year. But I got to see Pantera again, which was huge for me, to see them again, to see Five Finger Death Punch for the first time. That had to happen because if I don't see them live, I've totally, turned my back on literally 21,000 subscribers.
My God,
man. Of my 100, are from that video. So if you don't pay respect, hey,
yeah.
But luckily for me, I'm finding that my channel's evolving, and luckily for me, I've never had to do this alone.
Okay.
If you're going to do a reaction channel and you're going to do it where you also stream on Twitch or anything like that, you need to get to know your people that follow you, and you're going to notice that there's usually 4 to 10 people that will message you with the best intentions, be very, very discerning. But they're going to be people that are going to connect to you in a good way, and they're just going to say thank you. And they're going to say thank you, and they're going to be really cool about it until finally you realize they're just like you. They have no interest in doing this, but they appreciate what you're doing. After a while, you're going to go, hey, would you mind helping me by being a moderator? Next thing you know, I have 10 people in my community that are just as invested in this as I am. I cannot imagine doing this without them, because I would quit. But
man,
having a community and then being able to go back to those people because they remember where you were when you started and saying, hey, idea. And then knowing that they're going to tell you honestly what they think.
Yes.
That's important, because in this game, you'll get to a point where you start to panic. You think you've become redundant. You think you've lost a step. You think you've lost touch with your audience. Now you're trying to grasp at new things because you see other people doing new things. And if you don't have someone you trust to bounce that off of because they've been there that whole time, you'll wind up literally running yourself ragged. I've seen reactors do it, and it will crash a channel faster than a baby metal copyright. I mean,
oh man,
it's a joke because it's funny because it's true.
Yeah, man. That's very true. You got to surround yourself with the right people, and the ride or dies that are always there for you. And that's freaking concrete advice, And that's the other thing that I've seen that you touched on. The freaking, on my other channel, we just got hit with this collective copyright strike. They're like, hey, we've noticed in 10 videos. I was like, what? 10 videos? Like, you have 24 hours. I was like, get it? And guess what? They are gone. And I was like, people don't understand. That's the fine line we toe with this craziness.
I have had to tell people no on reaction requests, literally because I said, there's no way I'm going there. Because there are certain big no-nos for reactors, and we know what they are. Number one, I'm going to spell it because if I say it, we might get a hit. EAGLES.
From Philadelphia. We're talking about the NFL team.
Yeah, absolutely. They're an amazing. Good luck, guys, on the upcoming season. But I know of artists, like well-known artists, people that I react to, got their cover yanked and a copyright struck on them just because they made a cover of a song.
Yep.
But I had this happen once where when you make connections with labels and distributors, you make the effort to, number one, do not accept money ever.
No.
Number two, be completely open and honest about being real. They appreciate that. And number three, if they ask for something, let them know that you'll do what you can, but you're going to stay true to yourself. They respect that. However, just like in anything else, people seem to think that just because I have a YouTube channel and I have this piece of aluminum on the wall, that I can react to anything. And I have power. I have nothing. In fact, what's funny is people don't know this. The artist has slightly more power than me. Slightly.
Oh,
then your label has a little bit more. Then there's these companies, and they're called distributors. And these distributors, and by the way, Live Nation is the biggest distributor of music in the world now.
Is it really?
Yes. They control who can do what with what. They control the copyright. People think that, oh, I'm going to contact. I literally had somebody, there was a band of amazing ladies from Mexico. That doesn't give it away. And they had someone in their community that says, I know their dad. I said, and? Because they're like, well, if you do the reaction, I can guarantee you it's not going to get copyrighted or anything else. I said, let me tell you something.
Bullshit.
I said, let me tell you something. And the day that the distributor tells me that, I might believe it, but even then, they don't control their algorithm. So you have to have some discernment. I actually had a label, an amazing label to work with, for especially for reactors, because they were one of the first labels to really say reactors are the new DJs. Okay, great to work with, amazing, and not their fault. In October of last year, their contract was renewed with a distributor.
Oh.
And in the new contract, the distributor rolled out a new algorithm auto checker. Reactions that I've had copyright whitelisted for 2 years suddenly had new claims. 20 in a day. And I was like, oh my God. And I reached out to the label and we're like, we are so sorry. We did it. And they knew it, because I was not the only reactor going, what just happened to everything? And it took them about 3 or 4 days to clear it. But now it used to be one of those things where I could make the reaction, ask them, hey, I did the reaction for your artist. It was great. Looking forward to more. And they're like, absolutely. Boom. Hour later, clear. Now it's 3 to 4 days.
Yeah.
So it's like, woo.
It's the retroactive stuff that scares the absolute shit out of me.
Yeah,
it's at any moment.
I used to have 6 or 7 different baby metal reactions. I took them all down.
Did you?
And it wasn't because I put them to my Patreon. And it wasn't because I wanted to take them away from people. All it takes is one person to be working in the office that day. They see your channel, and it could be 2-3 years later. And they're just like, and literally they have 3 options. They could say whitelist, which never happens.
No.
They could say copyright claim, or they could say strike removal immediate. And if they decide to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and strike clear immediate, you'll be lucky if your channel survives till the next day.
Yeah.
And you're like, I had no idea, but I've had people that had a strong channel. All of a sudden, it's
you play with fire, man. And it's kind of crazy, because I feel like there's a lot of videos out there just saying what we're saying, but it's very frustrating to be on this side, because I feel like you and me, like, we get into the moment, we get into the music, we're into the vibe, we're into the energy, right? And it's like, how can something that's so moving, so positive, so just energetic on the back end be just soul crushed? And you're like, damn, dude, that sucks.
I did a joke reaction for April Fool's Day this year.
Oh, what'd you do?
And I did a reaction as a character that I play. His name is Purvis Pompano. He's from Gun Barrel City, Texas. And what I do is I do reaction to the country music. Now, Old School Nerd, he does all that rock and metal bullshit, that whatever, but I like to get down to the Judds, some Conway Twitty, some Hank Williams Jr., you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I did this character, and I did a reaction to Texas Hold'em by Beyonce as a joke. Now, what happened was I reacted to it live on Twitch on a Monday, which was April 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So there were like 50 people from my channel that saw me do it. And literally they were messaging me like, this is the end of your fucking channel. Everyone's going to hate this, blah, 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 blah. But what they didn't realize was I've been doing this a bit. So I knew exactly what I was doing. And I knew that it would take at least 48 hours for the block to clear. So it would come out on Wednesday. So I made a whole bunch of hype videos about it. You know, coming on Wednesday, it's a brand new day in Old School Nerds channel. We're going old school country. I played this for 3 days. And as soon as we get to the reaction premieres, here comes Purvis. I'm doing the intro. It's exactly what I recorded. But the second I press play on the reaction, Rickroll. Rick Astley comes up, plays the whole damn thing.
Well played.
But one of the reasons why I did that was because I knew. How many reactions to Texas Hold'em have you seen on YouTube? 3. And all 3 of them are paid hype people from Sony Records.
Yeah.
And that video did not have a block. It had 4. What fucking video? I got blocked from SME, Sony Music Entertainment.
Yeah.
Sony Music Entertainment Nashville, Sony Music Entertainment Europe, Sony Music Entertainment Latin America. What the fuck?
They're my favorites. They're my favorites.
They have no idea like what's going on. It's random. They just come out of nowhere.
Oh no, those guys, Latin America, man, they just like it's. I feel like it's like lunchtime. They're like, Jose, like shit. Like fucking block. What is it? I don't care.
It's when they throw a copyright on a band from Bulgaria. What the? What did you? Why? How?
When I see that shit, I'm like, Latin America. What are you doing on this side of music, bro?
It's fair. And what's funny is I actually did a Tommy reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly enough, I don't know if you've ever seen me do those. It's rare.
You do a Tommy reaction?
I don't do them often.
I look for them every Thursday. I don't see them.
Wait, what day is tomorrow? Oh yeah, it's Tommy Day. Which by the way, there is no Tommy cover tomorrow.
No, it's a Majestica day.
Yeah, see, you're learning. Okay, you got to get on the. You got to get in. Tommy did a song, and my reaction to his cover did not even have the any music because he created new music.
Mm-hmm.
Was copyrighted by SME Latin America.
Was
LA.
it?
Yes, I was like, you got to be crapping.
No
of course,
way.
I did a dispute. Tommy had nothing to do with it, so he can't help.
No.
But it cleared. It totally cleared. I think it was just kind of a oops, you know?
They're just like, they're quick to copyright the name. They're just playing like, yes. Doesn't matter. And that's the freaking thing with it. It's like, it's effing annoying. Like, that's why on our Rumble, my first reaction was to the Eagles.
Oh, just to do it. Just
to do it. Just like out of principle. Out of principle.
You know, it's funny because the band Our Last Night, they do amazing. They're really good guys. They're really good musicians. I actually have one of the only videos of their Hotel California ever done. It's on my channel. My reaction to their cover did not get blocked and did not get cut down. I don't know.
I might have to edit this part out.
It's the only version of it that's still on YouTube. And with my stupid head next to it, back in the day when I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just like, this is all my fault. But yeah, so that happens. But yeah, I mean, it's a crazy world we live in. But you know what? The more it happens, the more you must be making an impact.
Very true. You can only rock boats if you're significant, you know?
Or unlucky.
Or unlucky.
Yeah.
Very true, too.
True.
Oh,
do you want to know why I'm eating Bucky's gummy butterflies while we talk?
Sponsored, everyone. Discount code.
It's because I have a nervous condition. When I get nervous or I'm doing something I haven't done or I'm meeting someone new, I have a self-defense mechanism that I do. I ramble. I won't stop talking. See if I do this.
There you go.
Release a few seconds and let you say something.
Oh, there you go. That's my in. That's my in. There you go. Thank you. I'm eating gummy bears for you, for the sake of your channel.
Not because I'm a fat boy, but because
I care.
Of you.
I care. I'm eating gummy bears for you. For you. Thank you so much for that grenade you fall on. It's selfless. Hey, no, but for real, man. The Buc-ee's. Oh God, I gotta go. I want to go back. I want to go back to Buc-ee's. I've only been once, but and now I know because of you what one not to go to. What not to go to. So yeah. So I noticed that you guys Do you do the like the hot challenges, like the spicy challenges?
Okay. One of my
I
community members, I think their cousin and their cousin's daughter, they lost their house in a house fire.
Mhm.
And I hyped a hot ones challenge. Me and 4 other members of my community, we all got on Discord, 4 cameras, and we did the hot ones challenge to raise money for them.
That's awesome.
And it was 100% worth it. I will never do it again unless it's for someone else. I'm a Cajun, okay?
Yeah.
100% Lafayette, Louisiana, born and raised. Crawfish bowls where I spend most of my days. Chin out, lax with the boudin. You know, I could do the whole song, but that was bad. But we raised $1,500 for the family,
Which is
so
awesome.
it was 100% worth it. But I did a thing where when I got to 50,000 subscribers, my focus changed from look at me, I'm on my channel, to trying to find ways to give back to people.
Yeah.
So what we did is these plates. You've seen the plates. Well, every 1,000 subscribers from 80 to 100,000, we'd pull a name out of a hat. It wasn't a hat. It was a cayenne pepper pinata. We put names,
Valid.
and we would draw a name from one of the people on Twitch. And the way you'd get names in the pinata was by gifting subs to other people.
Very cool.
Okay. So we did that, and every 1,000, we'd put one of these old school nerd plates with those people's names on it and the number of subscribers. And one of my kids had this idea. I don't know why I didn't ground her or beat her with a stick, but she had this idea. I've never hit my kids. You shut up. They had this idea where let those people decide a spa day treatment. I was dumb when I first started. I got to 15,000 subscribers in the first 2 months. And I was so taken aback that we let my kids do spa day treatments. I sat in an ice chest and they poured ice on me.
Oh my God.
And they threw like sardines on my head, and it was spa day. And to this day, people talk about the spa day stream. So for every 1,000 subscribers from 80 to 100,000, it's 19 names. Drew them out. Everybody gets their name in a plate, but they get the plate with their name on it, signed by me on the back. But during the 100,000 stream that we're going to do this Saturday, we're going to film it, not stream it. We're going to film it.
Okay.
I get to take their plate and I get to hold up the plate so they can see it on the camera, their name. And my wife is writing down what they have chosen to do to me.
Oh no.
I don't know what's coming. So I'm going to pick it up and read it out, and then it's going to happen to me. All
shit.
I know is there's shit in my refrigerator that is in boxes that I'm not allowed to open because whatever they picked has to stay refrigerated.
Oh no, dude.
Fuck you guys. We love you, old school.
Oh no, bro.
Hope you enjoy whatever this is from wherever they got it from.
Just a small biological attack. Just small. It's
dude,
fine.
when you get boxes UPS delivery that says please keep refrigerated, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be worth it.
That's the other thing. That's our rally call, right? That's our rally cry. Just for the internet, we can do anything. You know?
I have limits. I'm not gonna lie. At my age, I can't hurt myself.
Oh, okay.
Because that actually did happen. My kids they thought it was flour because they were making fun of me from Japan. They threw flour in my face so I would look like the Cami band.
Yeah.
But it wasn't flour. It was baking soda. And then they poured Barks root beer over my head.
Oh, no.
And the Barks root beer touched the baking soda on my face. And I had a big red chemical burn right here. And I was like, bro, it's so funny because when you see it on the video, you're like, and then the next thing it cuts out to me after the video going, that was the stupidest thing I've ever done. And half of my face is red like the names on the screen people are looking at right now. I was
shit.
like,
I'm
Oh,
never
shit.
trusting you. I'm never trusting you girls to pick anything for me ever again. I love you.
I
No.
love that. Fucking look like God of War. It's
yeah.
like, what the
So
fuck
on
happened to you?
this video we're recording, there's 19, and then the last one is a plate that says 100,000 subscribers. It has nobody's name on it. Everybody's name who did not get picked is in 7-gallon Ziploc bags over there.
Wow.
We're going to put them in a giant container, and whatever's covering all over my stupid ass, my kids are going to pour it off the top of me as I'm holding that plate. And whichever one I take off of whatever's stuck to my head, that person, I'm literally going to say their name, sign the plate, write their name on it, and they are the 100,000 subscriber, and I'm sending it to their house. They all get their plate. I realized about 6 months ago, there's a lot of people that are here consistently. I have to give back to them in a way that tells them thank you.
Yep.
It's just, I don't deserve any of this. Is it hard work? Yes. I spend about 3 to 4 hours a day this.
Yeah.
And granted, I don't know what I did before this. I think I was pretty damn lazy, but I played a lot of Destiny 2. I'm not going to lie. I was really good. Now I suck. But I feel guilty a lot of times because there are people in my community. I'll even say his name because I don't give a shit. Fred, that guy will literally just give super chats in artists' reactions, like no artists, not in artist premieres. Like an artist will be premiering their video, he'll go in there and he'll drop a super chat and go, "Found out about you from OSN, sharing the love." And
that's awesome. That's
like,
the best.
He does it all the time, and I'm like, Fred, you don't have to do that. He goes, I like it. I'm having fun. There's a guy, and I'll say his name too, Kestorado. Kestorado is just I don't even know who they are. I don't know if they're a guy, a girl, a purple polka dotted unicorn. No idea. Doesn't matter because Kestorado will show up on a Twitch stream, drop 50 subs, and just disappear. Just for no reason. Like, dude, what the? It's so funny. And I actually finally caught him one day online. I'm like, dude, you never stay long enough for me to say thank you. But who the hell are you? And he goes, I'm me. Gotta go. Like, really?
Like, fuck.
And what's funny is he's one of those people. I've seen him go into Tori stream and do it. I've seen him go into Aileen Senpai's stream and do it. I've seen him go and do it at Orion, Matt and Chels, all these different people. He just randomly finds people that are making content and just drops love. And I realized at that point, here I am with this platform. Why am I not doing that?
Yeah.
So we've changed the focus of the entire we've changed the entire focus of the channel.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's how, it's about, for me, YouTube, right? At least I didn't know that this part of YouTube existed and how amazing people could be, right? It's just, I always thought internet equals toxicity.
It's still there.
It's still there. And a lot of the helpful review. I mean, someday I'm just want to get up and read all the helpful review comments. It's just like, Jesus Christ. But
I'll leave it open because I no net, man. Fuck it. Let's have fun.
Yeah. So I realize that it's just full of love and support. And yes, you have those few, right, that are fight and die with their band. But it's a community. And we're here and we coexist. And this is what it is, I love getting feedback from people and suggestions from people. It's just the thing is, for me, like you had hinted at, it's just there's too many irons in the fire. There's right now. I think right now I'm spinning. I have 10 irons in the fire. And
do you have a date? Yeah. Do you have a day job?
Not anymore. I switched full-time YouTube 2 years ago.
I have a day job.
Yeah,
I
man.
have a 50-hour-a-week day job.
Hell
And
yeah.
then I have a side hustle that's not YouTube and Twitch.
Ooh, boy.
And so this is like iron number 3. And what's funny is this is the one that's the most successful. And that's what makes me laugh.
That's
But there are 2 things that people may not know. Number 1, there are some streamers out there, some reactors that I trust with my kids. And I've already said a lot of their names.
mhm.
There are streamers out there that if you're struggling with something and they see it, they'll message you and say, hey, I saw you were struggling with that. I have a contact there. They might be able to help you get that copyright off. Or I know you were mentioning that and they've seen your reactor. Would it be okay if I contacted the artist? Because I think they'd want to talk to you. They're literally, people think that this reactor thing is a competition.
What?
I've never had that. I've never felt in my life that there's a competition between reactors.
No.
And if there is, those people usually don't interact with each other.
No.
I've started to do 2 things, and I think it actually fulfills a lot of my guilt for being a internet personality
Mhm.
when I'm just a dude. So I don't think I deserve 100,000 subscribers. So I give back. If I've got this damn platform, I'm going to freaking use it, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to use it for me. 2 things. Number 1, I go and find reactor channels, 100 subscribers, 150 subscribers, 200, max 1,000.
Okay.
First 1,000. I go check out their reaction, and then I comment, loved your reaction, da-da-da-da-da-da. That's awesome. Keep doing what you do. Then if they reply, oh my God, thank you so much, I'll go find their happy ass on Instagram. Then I'll follow them there and be like, hey, it's me again. They're like, oh, da, 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 da. I was like, you're doing something and you're doing so well. Would you like some help with some stuff that I've learned the hard way that would make it so much easier for you? And they're like, oh my God, yes. And then I just start laying out like, okay, I'm now going to give you my entire contact list from record labels.
Yeah.
Because you've done Electric Callboy reactions, but do you have a contact at Century Media Records? Because if you don't, you could be doing really well because you're sitting over there with 45,000 views on your Electric Callboy reaction. And I know it's not monetized.
Yep.
If I had that in the first 2 years,
Ooh, boy.
shit, man. I mean, I'd
Man.
be doing really good. But I try to do that, help them with settings, camera, lighting, finding a good mic, because
Yeah.
and setups super important because you could tell the ones that are struggling with their setup, like especially the ones that have it. You can,
Yes.
they're a genuine personality. Their energy is infectious. There's a girl by the name of Maria,
Okay.
and her whole YouTube channel is Why Am I Reacting? That's the name of it. It's great.
Hey. All right. I dig it.
She's from Virginia, and
Oh.
she is country, and she is so sweet. Oh my God, y'all. And I just love this stuff. I literally hooked her up with a list. I don't think she'll ever talk to me again because I turned her on to all kinds of stuff. It's a joke. She talks to me all the time, but just to give her that little, like, help her with her camera, her audio settings, how to set her EQ to where she does, how to eliminate background noise, how to get rid of the glare, all those little things. And then I was like, don't change anything about you. Let's start changing everything behind you. Oh, her channel is exploding now.
It's interesting that you say that. It's just, I feel like there are those that are in our space that, like you said, have it, where the tweaking that you would have to do is just tech. That's it. It's like, dude, if you had this 100%, this 100%, you got it done. Walk away. It's over.
Didn't know how a thumbnail algorithm worked. Didn't know how tags worked. Didn't know about the length of title, keywords in title, keywords in the first 70 characters of your description. Yep. And granted, that algorithm changes all the time.
Yeah.
You never know what is going to be the trigger. But once we figure it out, we share it with each other. That's important. The other thing that I started to do was 2 days a week, I still do reactions to all the big ones.
Yeah.
Sabaton, Tommy Johansson, Bloodywood if they do some crazy shit, Electric Callboy, Rammstein for days. You know,
Yeah.
the ones that everyone does. But I designate the weekend up and coming artists only.
Very nice. Very nice. I
Because
like that.
if I've got this platform and there's a band out there that has, you know, less than 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, and if they're independent, I let my community one day a week send me 10 requests. Boom. It's got to be up and coming. And we do a whole Twitch stream where no money, no nothing. Let's just focus on these bands. These bands appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
So much. Because you never know who the next Bloodywood is.
Very true. Yeah, very true.
Who's the next Halocene?
Yep.
Who's the next Ginger? Because remember, nobody knew who the hell Ginger was in 2008 until 2018. 2019, it was Bloodywood, and so on and on and on.
Yep.
It just takes one video to be shared with the right person. I'm not the right person, by the way, but if we can just push it along and it catches fire, there are some bands out here that make music. My top 2 albums last year were both independent bands.
Dude, that's what it's for. That's what this is for. And what's happening is I love that what you're doing is, at least for me, I love to spotlight my locals. That's what I used like a long time ago.
I don't have that option. I live in South Louisiana. We got shit.
Yeah, I loved to spotlight the locals, and I'm like, that's because I'm like, we have the talent. No one ever leaves this little area of ours. Like I guess the biggest names out of Maryland were Michael Phelps and who's someone else. Name someone else. I don't know, but my thing is like, dude, I would love to have a spotlight, like a local spotlight. You know,
well, you have bands like Carbon Stone, Anoxia. You've got in that whole area, you've got quite a few people that are impressive. People don't realize that there's bands like Periphery that come out of those places, and as hard as it is to be a band in the U.S., trying to decide whether or not you're going to go down the YouTube creative path, or if you're going to try to find radio play and go down label path, you can see the struggle in bands. It's hard to watch, but at the same time, you root for them so hard. So it's very, very interesting to see what the new bands are coming out, because here's the thing: at the end of the day, Metallica does not need me.
No.
And Rammstein, pretty sure they don't need me. Will it boost my views to do a Rammstein video? Every damn time, especially if I do Dick Titten and pretend I don't know what breasts are. That was fun. But at the same time, Torrential Rain.
Okay.
Check that band out.
Okay.
And this is why I tell people that. The first band to ever contact me was Torrential Rain. Tiny little metalcore band out of Germany, completely independent, 5 guys, no idea what the hell's going on with them, but I'm sorry, 4 guys. And they're modern metalcore out of Germany, which, by the way, if you say the word modern metalcore in Germany, that's 500 bands. And they're all way better than anything I grew up listening to. They reached out and said, would you mind reacting to one of our songs? And because they were the first band to ever ask me that, it didn't matter who they were.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter if they had a following. It didn't matter. Yeah. They asked me, I'm nobody. Who the hell are you? I was determined. And when I first heard their first song, I went, holy crap, this is better than most of the stuff I've ever heard on the radio. And that started something in me where, to this day on my channel, they are my theme music.
Love that, dude.
They took the chance to reach out to me. So anytime that you see me do a reaction to El Estepario Siberiano, Tommy Johansson, blah, 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 their audiences are coming to watch my reaction, and that intro music every time is Torrential Rain. Love and it says down there, theme provided by Torrential Rain. And their channel has grown significantly because I'm a fan of theirs.
That's awesome.
It's the plucky underdog, man. Yep. You got to love the underdog.
Yep.
Nobody cheers for Metallica. They don't. It doesn't matter. They're going to be successful if they
Dude.
release no new albums. They're going to sell out shows till they die.
Yeah, pretty much, man. They've already done it. They've done it.
They have. They really
they've already done it all.
And they've earned everything they've gotten. But when I see the little plucky bands that are just grinding it,
Yep.
I just want to cheer for them.
It's like my innate the draw to watch college football or pro football.
I haven't watched a pro football game in 10 years.
Hey man, my team doesn't have a name anymore. It's not like the Commanders or something. I'm like that. My team died. So
could be worse. You could live near New Orleans. Think about that shit. No, but at the same time, okay, here it is. I live in Louisiana. Everyone says you're an LSU fan. Nope. I've never cheered for LSU in my life. Why? Because I cheer for the underdog. I cheer for the Raging Cajuns. Why? It's the greatest team name in the history of the world, and they suck.
Hey,
well, not anymore. Not anymore, but you cheer for the underdog. I don't want to cheer for the one that everyone
the favorite
is going to win. No, I always cheer for the underdog.
Yep.
I'll always do that.
Because they're doing more with less, and it's just more of a win when they get it, and it's appreciated when they get the W. I feel like
if you're a fan of the underdog and you show up at concerts when the headliner comes on, you're a dick.
Preach.
If you go to see Dragon Force and there's 4 bands on the bill and you're not there the second Seven Spires plugs in, you're a dick because you're missing out. Because remember, Dragon Force opened up for somebody. All these Sabaton fans now from the United States. If you remember, Sabaton may be headlining now, but they opened for Judas Priest for how many years before they got a shot? Believe me, show up early, root for the underdog. Yep. Because everybody wants to be able to say, I remember when nobody knew who they were and I had all the albums. You want to have that cred. Trust me.
Yep. You got to have them. You got to have it, and you got to support them. I mean, it's the whole thing. The whole my whole mantra. I feel like just if you're not going to support people, then get out of the way. Like that's you're not meant to be a speed bump. I don't
mind people getting out of the way, but if you're not going to support them, don't hate either. It's totally fine.
Yep.
Because the first time I saw Ginger was in New Orleans, and they had Suicide Silence and All Hail the Yeti opening.
Okay.
So you had death metal, and then Ginger. And I was standing out in the line, and it was all these old gatekeeping geezers.
Oh, no.
That said that they were there for Suicide Silence, but they were leaving before the band with the chick came out.
What? Oh, my God.
And I started laughing because my thought was, Eddie loves Tatiana. I mean, that's a band that works their ass off. I mean, and that tour was so hard for Ginger because the drummer for Suicide Silence was very close to the band. Mm-hmm. Eddie was very close to Ginger, and Suicide Silence would come out and do what they do. Make the crowd get all fucking crazy, like, right? And so when they would leave stage, that crowd was all amped. Like that crowd in Dallas killed Santa Claus. You've seen the video. So Tatiana would come out and they'd throw shit at her.
What?
And I made a video. Tank went to the Nashville show. They threw shit at her in Nashville. The next show was New Orleans. Tank makes a video, posted on Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. Stop throwing shit at Tatiana. That's not fair. That's bullshit. That's coward shit. And they got there and they threw shit at her again. Roman went off the stage. The tour manager came out. They were pointing the guy out. The whole crowd turned on that guy, thank God, and threw him out.
Wow.
But like they caught hell for that. And I never understood that because to this day, I am so thankful that I get to experience the metal that's going on right now.
Yeah.
When I grew up, the only female that played metal was Lita Ford. Period. You had Vixen, but that was radio production, whatever. Okay. And and Pat Benatar, but she was rock. It was just Lita Ford and nobody else. You look now, a female in a band in any role is not a novelty.
No.
It's a Tuesday.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
You look at bands like Conquer Divide. You look at bands like Bandmade. Holy shit. If you've never seen Bandmade, you don't speak Japanese. It doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't fucking matter.
You stand there and you go, holy crap, they're good.
Yeah.
Just Misa, the bass player alone, will leave you standing going, how the hell did she do that?
Yeah. It's perplexing. It's perplexing. But I love this new freaking metal world we're living, this new artist world we live in. It's like less controlled by the old heads. Like the old
they're losing power fast.
They are, and I think they know it. And those cabal of Eagles freaking people, you know, once they go in the next 20 years, their music is dead. Because
my favorite part is if you like when you see bands that have something different. Bloodywood.
Yeah.
Bloodywood would have never gotten a shot back in the 80s.
No.
I remember the uproar of In Living Color.
Really?
I remember how crazy that was. And to this day, Cult of Personality is an iconic song. And they were 7 to 8 years ahead of their time. Living Color, if the music they came out with back in the 90s came out now, it would be relevant now. But we weren't ready for it back then. And now to see bands like, you know, you have Sleep Token and you have all these other bands, Bloodywood. You have bands with people, members from all corners of the world. I like to call metal is slowly becoming, it's going from white chocolate M&Ms to a bag of Skittles.
Yes.
Which is good because to me, white chocolate M&Ms, you get bored with it after a while.
Very true.
Whereas Skittles, you have all these different combinations. And the genres, the blending, the not sticking to one style, to combining different things. And I'm not talking like country and rap, country and metal. Not talking about that. I mean, interconnected genres within metal to a point now where the new thing is we're not in a genre because we blend back and forth, back and forth. We'll go from progressive to death to metalcore, back to symphonic within 5 minutes of a song. And you're like, I have no idea what this is, but all I did was subscribe and follow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's on my playlist. It's on my playlist because I have to listen to it at least 5 times to realize what the hell did they do? That's why I'm excited. Because that shit would have never happened in the 80s and 90s. Never.
No one was ready for that.
No.
No one was ready for that.
Okay, as a musician, there is a thing called the radio industry format. Do you know what this is?
No.
Ready? Verse, chorus, bridge, guitar solo possible, but it's mainly a bridge into a reprisal of the chorus that is amped up to close the song.
Got it.
That layered structure has been in place since the 50s. It has never changed until now. The only bands that have kicked that to the side and said, I'm not going to do it, were Rush. And how long did it take them to get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Jesus,
you know, it's now like bands like Coheed and Cambria would do it too. And the only songs of theirs that got any popularity were the ones that fit the format.
Yep.
But the fans lifted that up. Well, okay, if we take the radio out and there is no MTV, what made Rush popular? Rush fans.
Yeah.
What makes Coheed and Cambria relevant? Coheed and Cambria fans. You have bands now that do not need to sit in a template, and they dare not to, because what's the worst word an artist can hear now? Oh, you're radio metal, or you're selling out to a label. You're doing a song. I remember there was one song that Spirit Box did, and the song and the video just felt like it's something a label would want them to do. And I made the mistake of saying that in a reaction because it was really obvious. And Spirit Box is one of those bands that can literally go from Constance to holy crap,
Yeah.
like, you know, on a whim. Beautiful creative music, but they made a song that seemed a little commercial, and all I said was that I was emailed
What?
from the distributor, and I was told I would not be allowed to do any more reactions to Spirit Box. They will be blocked, and you may get strikes. That is not Spirit Box telling me that. I guarantee you Courtney would lose her shit.
Yep, that's a handler move.
But that's it's a handler move.
Yep.
Where I pointed out something sounded not so much like them as much. All I did was make a critique. And the thing about it is that there are bands that I absolutely love what they do, and management will ruin it for me, or overzealous fans will get in the way.
Yes.
And I'm just like, and we mentioned it earlier, where if I don't know everything about a band, they have to teach me about it. Like, that's not the point. The idea is I don't know about your band. I'm discovering it. I'm doing what you did when you first heard it, but I'm doing it on a camera. That's the only difference. Let me find my way. I have people that when I do a reaction to a band that puts out an album right now and it's new and it's fresh, and I do a reaction because it's out, I've had people lately go, why haven't you checked out stuff from this band from 2010?
Oh, dude. Oh my God.
I can't. And you know why? Why? Because that music was released when copyright companies dropped hammers from the sky. And guess what? Those rules are still in place. I've literally done reactions for a band, and I've gone to a label and said, hey, I'm thinking about doing this one because everyone wants me to check this one out because it's the quintessential from this band. And the entire community is loving this. You guys are helping me with the whitelisting. They're like, you don't want to go there. And I was like, why? And they were like, well, we don't control the copyright on that one. It's from a previous copyright label, and they've already told us don't bother, don't even ask.
Oh my God.
There's a band that I've done many reactions to, and many reactions to, and the label has always worked with me because of my love of the band and a synergy we have, and it's a good combination. Unfortunately, the label still makes the albums, but the distribution went through a new distributor.
Dude.
And that distributor, when I asked for the newest reaction to possibly get, and I always ask, I don't demand, I ask if it's okay. They said, listen, do us a favor. We appreciate this, but we've been told by the distributor they're no longer going to release any copyrights for this band going forward, and do not ask.
Wow.
So before you even ask us, we wish we could help you. We love what you do. We love your community. And we're so thankful that you help promote some of our artists and you're looking for the new stuff. But for this one band, do us a favor and just, and I'm like, listen, I said, listen, thank you for telling me that.
Yeah.
So I don't bang my head against the wall. And I said, I'm going to continue to do reactions for this band because I love the band.
Yeah.
It's not about the copyright at this point because my love for the band is that big. But thank you for letting me know. I'll just not even ask. And at that point, I have to be very understanding. Do I think it's shitty that I got cut off from the band? Yeah. Selfishly, yeah. I would love to continue to have that same arrangement. But the band has to do what's best for the band.
Yep.
And if the band believes that this distribution agreement will take them to bigger and better places, if I'm a fan of the band, I got to want them to, right?
You have to support the band.
Yeah. So you support the decision the band makes. You bitch and moan like a 5-year-old for about 5 minutes when no one's looking.
Yeah.
And then you put a smile on your face and you keep promoting them.
Yeah.
Because you love the band. It's hard to separate. I've never looked at my YouTube channel as a business. I used to always try to get copyrights released, not for money reasons, but to make sure he doesn't come back behind me later with a strike.
Yeah,
It's
very true.
plus also people don't know this. If you're a streamer and you have a whole bunch of copyrighted stuff, you will be throttled against the algorithm. If you have a bunch of copyrighted stuff and only a few that are cleared and you just keep cranking them out and you don't care, you'll suddenly stop seeing the number of views because YouTube does take into account that you have a lot of copyright strikes. Not strikes, copyright claims. So yeah, there's so many rules that people don't know until they get bit by them. So I try to help people as much as I can because I got lucky because I had people like Tori Reacts, Matt and Chelsea, Orion, Tank the Tech, charismatic voice, her husband. Oh my God, what an amazing guy.
Yeah. Oh man.
When you get in touch with some of these people, they're like, dude, I had this happen to me. This is what I did. If you need help, let me know. I'm like, okay.
Hell yeah.
I was just like, I was just wondering if you guys ever had any luck with this copyright. And they're like, oh yeah, talk to this person. They'll tell them that shit quick. I'm like, I can talk to that person? I already let them know who you are.
That's awesome, man.
Thank you. Yeah. So and now that that's happened for me, when reactors come up to me and they're like, what are your keys to success? And I tell them, be yourself, the stuff we just talked about. But I always try to say, okay, when you get to a point where you're comfortable and you can represent it and we build a rapport, I'll introduce you to some of these people because then you become something that helps for your audience. Because like for Maria, her audience is completely different than mine. Mine's a bunch of dudes. Most of them are vets, ladies that have a slight unhealthy infatuation with a Swedish guitar player. But Maria's audience is women like her. And so her audience, I'm never going to reach. And that's good. But I want her to help grow her audience because that's the next step. Somebody helped me. I need to help someone else. I tell people all the time, any reactors out there, any of your community, if they're thinking about doing reactions and they're serious about it, get a hold of me. I'll check out your channel. If I can help, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, man. That's what it's about. It's just giving into and buying into the community that we're a part of, man. This is one big
give into it, brother.
Give into it. Do
Just
not
relax.
Fight it. Do not fight it.
Let it relax, it won't hurt as much.
Let it take you over.
My favorite part is you're going to clip that, edit it, and put that as a tag. That'll be great. Thanks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, you know it. No.
Okay, what other questions do you have for me?
Hey, man. No, really, that was it. That's all that I don't really. I'm not going to grill you, man. I'm not going to grill you. Yeah.
Because all I did was ramble for like 1 hour and 10 minutes, and you asked 13 minutes of questions.
Yeah. But you know what, though, man? It's not about me. This is my channel. It's not about me. Shit. It's about you, man.
What the fuck, Arias? I thought it wasn't about me.
No,
then who the hell was this about?
It's about YouTube. They're listening. Shh.
It's about the people who are thinking about having a channel, but they don't have one yet.
Don't make the overlords angry.
Someone's interview and wear a tiara.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I like that. I like that headwear right there.
It's about people that rock their Sabaton Kobe set.
What the shit? Yes.
Do you see this?
Yes.
I have the entire Kobe set.
Do you really?
It was sent to me. It's a set that's the stage for the Red Bear, and it's got the lights. It's got all the members, the drum set that's a tank, and Nuclear Blast sent that to me for Christmas. Because I have Lego everywhere, and they said just put it up or put it together. I did a whole stream where I put it together. Oh yeah, I was like, this is the greatest shit ever. Yeah,
that's awesome. That is awesome, man. But yeah, no, man. Honestly, this is what it's about. I just like to bring people on just to talk and ramble, man. This is it. Because I feel like if you ask the same questions, it's just like, man, it's like this is where it's about. This is what it's about. It's talking.
If you ask more than 4 questions of me and you can get 4 of them in, I wasn't doing my best.
What? I mean, you're pounding gummy bears. Did we run out of gummy bears? Gummy worms? What were you eating?
Oh no, I still got a half bag, but if I don't stop eating, I'll get nauseous.
Oh, yeah. True. Have you ever read the sugar-free Amazon gummy bear reviews? The Haribo ones?
No, I need to, I guess.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of trollish comments, we talked about it earlier.
Mhm.
It's a hidden feature on my Patreon, and I'm not trying to plug my Patreon, but I take all of those, I screen capture them,
Yeah.
and then I put them on my Patreon, and then I just burn the fuck out of them.
Yes.
And I have so much fun, and the Patreon's like, this is the greatest shit ever. Because you don't try to fight the trolls in the comments because you're never gonna win. But if I take your comment and go on Patreon, I'm gonna burn your ass for at least 20 minutes.
You got to.
Because I can't help myself, because I'm way better at this than most people. They just don't know it. I'm very polite. I have kids. I have to set a good example.
Very true, because they're watching as well. Or
No, they
or
don't. My
not.
kids don't watch my content. My kids think I'm stupid.
Oh, dude, my family doesn't even know what it is that I do.
My daughter had a rude awakening. She's a freshman in high school. She's 14 years old. And this year, as a freshman, the people in her school found out her dad was on YouTube.
Oh no.
It was horrible. That poor child. My oldest is 25. I invited her to come with us to go see Bandmade. And she had never been to a show with me ever. And we get there, and House of Blues is like, we knew you were coming because you posted about it. And people in line are asking to take pictures with me. And I'm handing out stickers and magnets and everything. And they take us to VIP to get us out of the line because I was causing a disturbance. My daughter freaked the fuck out. She thought they were throwing us out.
Oh.
She thought they were throwing us out. I was like, no, they're putting us in VIP because I was causing a ruckus.
That's awesome.
And they were like, how did that happen? I was like, honestly, I don't ask for it. Sometimes they just kind of do it. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
That's super sweet, man. But no, same thing. My family doesn't know what it is I do. They know they can find me. The hours that I'm away from the family, they're accountable. You just look on YouTube.
I wish my wife didn't know what I did, but she knows. I've drugged her into reactions before.
Did you?
Oh my God.
Oh,
the funny thing about it is, I'm okay at this. You put her on camera next to me, holy shit.
Yeah.
Because there is nobody that knows me more than her. So when I make a joke, the burn is incoming and it's coming in hot. And they love her.
Yes.
Because I'm old school nerd. I got plates on my wall. I got a 6-foot tiki mask behind me. I got merch. And she'll say that shit. And they're laughing their ass off. She goes, I'm old school nerd. I have a web page. Bitch, you designed it for me. I'm sorry. That was mean. I'm gonna shut up now. She's gonna come out that door and beat my ass.
The last thing we see. And that's the last time we saw him alive.
Yeah, he was, and then all of a sudden, and I almost said you're gonna see me on CNN, but they don't give a shit. But that's my favorite part is that it's literally just me turned up to 11. And then whenever I turn the camera off, my family realizes, well, you got it out of your system, because then I'll go sit down and I'm just quiet for an hour.
No. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. Well,
maybe it's the drill sergeant in me. I can just come up with stupid shit about people. I can burn people.
You have to. Some of the funniest people I've ever met in my life have been drill sergeants. Some of the best burns, most healthiest sense of humor, sick but healthy senses of humor, drill sergeants.
Have you ever seen the channel for the Fat Electrician?
Dude, yeah. Yeah.
That dude is the best content creator I have ever met, because
Wait, you know him or you met him?
We've talked a few times because I'm a vet too. And he laughed about some stuff because I made a comment on one of my videos about, we're supposed to go out, bachelor party, blah, blah, blah. We wound up going to like cidercade, play video games, ate a bunch of barbecue, and then crashed back at the Airbnb. And we watched every episode of the Fat Electrician. Well, he freaking hashtagged and spammed that. He thought, dude,
I love that, man.
I'm on people's bachelor parties. I'm like, yeah.
Yep. I love that. No, that's one of my, the people I want to have a talk with next, somewhere along the lines.
He's a solid guy.
Oh, dude, he's
on
awesome
tour right now. Who the fuck has a tour?
Unsubscribe podcast, man. They're killing it.
And my favorite part is all they do is burn each other. Have you noticed that?
But that's what we do anyway.
Oh yeah,
that's like people don't understand it. Like the vet community, man. We can hash it out. We can hash it out.
Okay, why? The reason why is because we all come from the same place. We may make fun of each other's branch.
Oh
but
yeah.
we all did something that we vehemently regret doing at some point, whether it be taking that oath, but we all did. We laid it down. We did the things for other reasons besides ourselves. And then through the different chaos that is that type of service, no matter what the branch, you have a common vernacular, a common place. And then if you're able to self-deprecate yourself and your branch while at the same time ruthlessly attacking everybody else in the room, it's legit. It's so much fun, and everybody hugs it out at the end.
And that's my thing. Is like, I will destroy Coast Guard, and they can say whatever they want about the real branches, and I'm like, that's fine.
Baller shit.
but if I see another person that's not service rip into a service, that's a different me.
The chair force, we have all of our fun things.
All of it.
But the thing about it is I watch videos of some shit that Coast Guard people do. I could never be a rescue.
No.
Fuck that. That's like the worst.
Or
they go up there and they take down a pirate fully loaded. The pirates come out with AKs and everything else. They're out there with fucking shotguns. And I'm like, they're going for it. I'm like, ball out, man.
Yeah, man. I'm like, I love the land so much. I love land so much.
Hard pass.
Yeah. I'm like, no. That's you. You guys do your thing with Kevin Costner. You guys do your thing. That's fine.
Fucking.
But anyway,
I'm a rescue swimmer. And the funny thing about it is that school is in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Is it?
200 miles from the closest body of water.
What?
Shreveport is 200 miles from the Gulf of Mexico, and that's where A school is.
Oh, what? Jesus. Anyway, dude. Well, oh man, I gotta have you on one of my other channels, man.
Have me on another channel where we talk about stupid crap, and we have like a list of bullet points to go through, like topics, and we'll see who has the funnier real life story of how that almost killed them or screwed them over.
Oh my God, yes. Well,
I'm sure you have like a whole list of basic training stories.
Oh, dude. All of the stories. We all do,
and mine are great. Mine are so fucking good,
bro. That's where I came up from my other channel name, Embrace the Suck 21. That's the channel. That's my flagship channel, right? And that's where we started. And I'm like, damn, it's not a anyway. But listen, man, I really, really appreciate you taking your time and coming on to this, whatever this is. But it's been amazing.
It's got a lot of blue.
A lot of blue, lots of blue,
a lot of light behind you.
I try to be the chosen one.
Why do you have that giant blue light right over your right shoulder like that?
This one?
Yeah.
Because what happens is I don't touch my lighting, right? I don't touch my lighting. I never do it. I set it up. Once in a while, this shit will get janky and start going like going crazy. It happened every once in a while.
It's the auto color, auto lighting sensor exposure thing that does that.
Yeah.
I turn it off.
I have to, because that's the reason I got this is I'm like, I want to blind everyone.
Autofocus is not my friend. I hate it.
I'm telling
you. It will zoom in. I will zoom in on the tiki mask. and then I'm like a fuzzball, and then Tiki Mask is looking at people.
Like crispy, just crispy.
Yeah, they're like, this better be fucking, alien weaponry or Shepherd's Rain, motherfucker, or we're shutting it down. I'm like, yeah, literally.
Yeah, pretty much, man. But no, I've had my setup. I just try not to touch buttons, and if I do, I hope it all burns and goes to shit. There's always a plan B. Yeah, so that's why I have it.
I have to save for a new computer because my computer is 7 years old, and
oh my God,
it's so underpowered. I can't. It's not
good. Dude, I got you, man. I'm on the same quest.
Like, where's that fucking computer manufacturer endorsement I need?
Yeah. Oh
yeah. I still have to buy a computer chair. Damn it.
Oh, you do? Oh yeah, man. I'm about to throw this one up, but
I see people with their Rode mics. Like, I got sponsored by Rode to have a Rode mic. I'm like, They don't give
How?
a fuck about me.
Yeah, how?
They all did. Like it was Tank, Aileen, and like 6 or 7 of them, like Nick, and they all got sponsorships at the same time for Road. Like all of a sudden, and I was like, it must have been in the budget that week because I was like, not me. I can afford that shit. And even if I did, my computer can't run it. So fuck it, right?
Yep. That's the other thing. We're limited. We're always limited, right? It's just oh man. But I'm like for me, I started the whole thing with on my shitty laptop. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm pushing buttons.
An all-in-one desktop is what I started with.
Yeah. And I hit every branch on the way down, figuring it out. And I figured out a lot of ways this shit doesn't work. I can tell you that much.
Yes, that's exactly that's called experience. Experience is not being perfect. Experience is finding out every possible way on how not to do something. Yes. That's what experience is.
Yes, trial by fire, 100%.
My kids go up. My kids will ask me like, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, you need to do this and this and this. How do you know? Because I've done the same thing you're doing, and it didn't work for me either.
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get off here, and I'm going to run over to Twitch for my What the Hell Thursday. It's supposed to be What the Hell Wednesday, but it's What the Hell Thursday stream. I'm 16 minutes late.
Oh,
I don't give a shit. Fuck those people. I mean, what are they going to do? They're not going to like they're going to see this video.
Yeah, dude, no one is. This is going under the. We mentioned the Eagles, so there's a high chance that it's blocked. So anyway, listen, man, I appreciate your time. Make sure you come back, man. The door is always open.
Anytime. I mean, because I mean, what am I going to do if I'm not here? Quality time with my wife? Come on.
Oh, what? Overrated. I'm kidding.
My laundry? Come on. Feed my dog? He needs to lose weight.
Yep.
I know she hears everything I'm saying, and I'm so
you're gonna get it.
Like 10 minutes. Oh no, I'm done. I'm surprised my phone hasn't lit up. I can hear everything you're saying, you son of a. Anyway.
All right,
close your eyes tonight. I dare you.
She goes, I know.
She threatens to kink my CPAP hose daily.
Jesus, that's next level. That's so dark. I love that.
She'll do this. She'll come out, and I'm looking at her through the screens, right? And she just does this. And I'm like,
oh no. Well, listen, man. Listen, get your stuff, man. Guys, thank you. Hey, listen, Old School Nerd, thank you so much. We'll have you on again soon, somewhere on one of the channels. All right.
We've already ruined this one because this one's going down.
This is already on its way down.
The estate of Don Henley's fucking this shit up because we said it twice.
Yeah, we said it twice. Yeah,
we have to,
pretty much.
We have to say it again. Bug out. We have to bug out and go to alternate LZ. That's what we're doing.
Always. All right, man. Later.
High speed, low drag, baby. I'll talk to you later.
All the time. Later, guys.